Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Brothers and sisters in Islam, in response to a question that I am often asked, and we see that in this day and age, people they are becoming victims to people who claim to be peers, who claim to be the be all and end all, and in reality, they are not real peers. What are the conditions for a peer according to the Shariah, the legal laws of Islam? Sayyidi Ala Hazrat in Fatawa Ridwiya, Imam Ahmad Raza Khan, alayhi rahmah, and other scholars have also written that it is necessary for a peer, for a mentor, a spiritual guide, to have four conditions which must be met. If those four conditions are not satisfied, then one should not take such a person as a spiritual mentor, as a murshid, as a guide. First and foremost, he must be a sahihul aqidah. He must be from the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. He must not be misguided. So this rules out all those people who are not from the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, meaning Wahhabi, Deobandi, so-called Salafi, Shia, Rafidi, Khariji, Tafzili Shia. All these people, they cannot be a peer if they have such beliefs which are against the beliefs of the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and those people that I've named, these people are not peers, regardless of their lineage, regardless of them claiming to be a Sayyid, or from whichever nasab they have. If there is fasad, they are fasidul aqidah, they are not sahihul aqidah, then they are not worthy of being taken as a peer according to the Sharia. So he must be sahihul aqidah from the Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and he must be an alim of the Shariat. He must have sufficient knowledge of the Shariat, and Sayyidi Ala Hazrat says that that person is to be an alim, because if he's not an alim, he is not aware of what constitutes kufr, the articles of iman. He is not alim shariat, or he is not aware of the halal and the haram, etc. He has not studied, he is not learned in Islam, so he is a ghair alim, then such a person should not also be taken as a peer. And his silsila, the chain of connection, the spiritual chain of connection must be muttasil with the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, meaning he must have been given ijaza, permission by his peer, and then his peer must have been given ijaza by, meaning permission, by his peer, and so on. And this connection, spiritual connection, must go all the way to our Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. So there must be no severing or breakage of the spiritual chain from the Prophet ﷺ to him. So if he is not, if those four conditions are not met in his peer or anyone above the spiritual chain, then again he is not worthy or deemed worthy in the view of the Sharia, the legal laws of Islam, as being taken as a peer. So he must have ijaza, permission from his peer or Shaykh to be a peer. And the fourth condition is that he must not be a fasiq, a mu'lin, meaning he must not openly be sinning. He must not be openly transgressing and being disobedient to the laws of the Sharia. Meaning, openly means Ailania, in his daily life, he's openly disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning transgressing the laws of the Sharia. So even if he does not have a beard, so a beard is wajib for Muslims. So if the peer does not have a beard which is one fist, he is reducing it before it reaches a fist, and that is a fist from beneath the chin, not including the chin, but beneath the chin. If it is not a fist from beneath the chin, then the Sharia does not regard him as a peer. He is not worthy of being taken as a Shaykh or as a peer. There is no second opinion in this, because he is i'laniya, openly displaying that act of disobedience on his face. It can be seen by people that he has reduced his beard before it has reached the length of the required amount, which is a fist. So this is i'laniya fisq on his part. Other ways where if he is openly abusing, swearing at honorable people, or he is violating the Sharia openly, that it can be seen, in the presence of public, etc., or whatever he does. And if it is an act of disobedience which is done openly in front of the public, then this is i'laniya fisq. It is him, displaying his disobedience to the Sharia, his disobedience to the laws of Islam. Hence, he is not worthy in the view of the Sharia. Okay, people look at the public following and say, well, so many people have taken him as a peer, so many ulama, etc. They claim they accept him and regard him as a peer. So why do you object, etc., etc.? It's not about me or anyone else objecting. It's the Sharia. We should look at what does the Sharia say. What are the principles? And the principles are learned from the Sharia, not from the amal of others, not from the action of others. So if he is not alim-e shariat, he is not a backer of the sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, meaning he is not someone who strives to propagate the sunnah. Instead, he is destroying the sunnah. यानी अगर कोई सुन्नत को फैलाने वाला नहीं है और सुन्नत को मिटाने वाला है, यानी दाढ़ी शरीफ रखना ये सुन्नत है आका अलैहिस्सलाम की और जिसका हुक्म वाजिब है, तो अगर कोई सुन्नत को फैलाने के बजाय सुन्नत को मिटा रहा है अपने अमल से और फिर भी अपने आप को पीर कहता है, दूसरों को भी ये सिखाता है, तो वो शरीयत के नज़दीक, शरीयत के अंदर वो पीर नहीं है. And such a person is not a peer. We should be very careful from whom, who we take as a peer, because your peer is the one who is a means to connecting you with Allah and His Rasul. यानी पीर का काम है कि अल्लाह और उसके रसूल के साथ मिला देना. तो जो अल्लाह और उसके रसूल के साथ खुद मिला हुआ नहीं है या जुदा कर दे, तो वो पीर होने के काबिल और लायक नहीं है. So he is the means, he is not the be all or end all. Yes, he is honorable and he is extremely honorable if he is alim-e shariat, backer-e sunnat, like there are many in the world today who are like that. So I'm not talking about those people, but we should not regard him as the be all and end all. He is a means. Your aim and your destination is to obtain the rida, the pleasure of Allah and His Rasul, not the pleasure of your peer. Because if he is violating the Sharia, if he is disregarding the Sharia and he is displaying disobedience to the Sharia through his amal, then you should not be blindly following him. Blind conformity is haram. It is impermissible to blindly follow your peer. You should be blindly following the Sharia. Okay, the peer is honorable because of the Sharia, and if he does not honor the Sharia, then he does not deserve to be honored. So don't make your means your destination, because your destination is the rida of Allah and His Rasul, to please Allah and His Rasul through your obedience to them. Your aim is not to please the means. Okay, so the peer is a means, the one who connects you to Allah and His Rasul. So your destination is Jannah through obedience to Allah and His Rasul. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to learn the Sharia, to understand the Sharia, and to comply with the Sharia.